Hey everyone, it's me, Urban Libertarian, back again. So was doing the last video, and I was on the LA Times webpage and website. Say webpage or website? I guess website. Anyway, it's like Caribbean or Caribbean. Which one is it? I don't know. I like Caribbean. So I saw this article in the corner of my eye, and I was like, "Huh, what's the controversy here? Like, what did this guy say?" It's because the title is "LA City Council Candidate Apologizes for Video Comments About Mexicans." I'm like, "Well, isn't he Mexican? What's going on?" And then it turns out the guy's actually not Mexican. He's a bunch of other things. So this guy's running against in District 1 against Gil Cedillo. Cedillo, I think actually it might be my district. I'm not sure. I don't even know. It doesn't even matter. They're all Democrats, and I think this guy is a Democrat too. But after reading the story, it's quite interesting what happened, and this video is going to talk about what, like, I guess racism and saying stuff on YouTube that can come back to haunt you. But in this case, it's really weak. I don't see what he did wrong here, and making jokes. It's not really about racist jokes, but just making jokes and observations and the nature of it, and how it is kind of bullshit. How uh, it's like blacks can only make fun of blacks, Mexicans can make fun of Mexicans. I mean, I don't know. I've got a pretty good card. Like seriously, do we all have to take a DNA test to make fun of? Well, I guess I can't make fun of Mexicans because I'm not Mexican, right? And then you take a DNA test and you find out, whoa, I'm 10% Mexican. Guess I can make Mexican jokes now. I mean, if that's my case, seriously, I can make a lot of fucking jokes about everyone. So I guess I have some kind of free pass because of my DNA. It's so mixed up. But I mean, you really shouldn't. Everybody has the right to make fun of everybody else. But in this guy's case, as you're going to see, he wasn't even being racist. He was making an observation. So let's go through this. All right. Written by Dakota Smith, contact reporter. What a name, Dakota. Dakota Smith. A Los Angeles City Council candidate seeking to represent a heavy Latino district, it's basically all of them, except on the west side, apologized Wednesday for comments he made about Mexicans in a YouTube video posted online nearly a decade ago. Joey Bray-Ali, who is challenging City Councilman Gil Cedillo for the Council District 1 seat, appeared in a video titled Ask a Mexican doorbell that's posted on his YouTube page. Now, I tried clicking that and it was not there anymore, but I ended up finding it thanks to the internet, or a version of it, which I'll click and we'll see what was actually said. And it's pretty weak that they're frying him, busting his balls for this. In the video, Bray-Ali holds his young daughter and speaks directly to the camera. Dear Mexican, I'd like to know why all my neighbors think that the doorbell is a car horn. They wake up my baby. That's all the guy said. And if you don't know, dear Mexican, I'm gonna go into it. Reuters did a story on the Ask a Mexican. Ask a Mexican's a column. I didn't know it's all throughout the United States, but I think it's in the LA Weekly and the Orange County Weekly. It's pretty funny. If you have Mexican ancestry, or Doherty people who are Mexican, you'll actually laugh because it's just fucking funny because they're based on truth. So below the 13-second video, and this is what I didn't see when I searched it. I didn't, and the video that I'm about to show you, I don't see this writing, so I don't know where this comes from, but I guess it was there somewhere. Why do some of my neighbors, he didn't even say all, why do some of my neighbors think that their car horn's a doorbell? The Asians, whites, and other groups I live near don't honk to tell their friends they have arrived. What's up with the Mexicans? Now, this guy just had me having to live by some loud-ass, noisy, low-class Mexicans. It's very possible. He's not saying all Mexicans are doing that. He said, why do some of my neighbors? Right? And I know this trick. If you live in LA, you know what this guy's talking about. Don't bullshit me. If you live in LA, New York, if you're in New York, it's Puerto Ricans doing it. Shit, if you're in, I don't know, fucking Tennessee, I'm sure there's some white dude that goes, "Bah, bah, 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 bah." Oh wait, that's the other one. Or does the Dixie, whatever the hell they do in the South, and says, yo, Cletus, get in the car. I mean, So this is interesting because this is a very LA. Look at this. Bray-Ali's ancestry is Indian, Hungarian, and Irish. He's also Jewish and Muslim, and married to a Mexican Chinese woman, according to his campaign spokesman Michael Atkins. So I mean, this guy is just like the epitome of LA. I mean, look at all of these different things going on here. His wife's Mexican Chinese. He knows what Mexicans, how they act. His wife's fucking Mexican. It's such a joke. And then I wouldn't apologize. Joe apologizes, Atkins said of the video. He says the comment was stupid. And it's amazing how social media can remind me of the mistakes of youth. That was 9 years ago. Fuck that. This guy shouldn't apologize for shit. And this is why. Comedian George Lopez has made a similar joke about car horns and doorbells, Atkins said. Why can't he joke about it? Because unfortunately, Mr. Bray-Ali, he's Indian, Hungarian, and Irish, and his wife, and Jewish and Muslim. He's not Mexican, but his wife is, and she's Chinese, but that's not enough for him to make Mexicans. Only George Lopez, he's a certified Mexican. He can make fun of them. Think about the logic here. A link to the video was sent to reporters, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, somebody said go back to India. They were having some kind of thing, and then they had to go to Gil Cedillo, and Gil had to be like, oh, I didn't hear that, but I denounce it. You know, somebody said go back to India. The dude's not from India. I guess he's like from LA, I guess. I mean, he could be from India. I don't think so. Sounds like, to me, Jewish, Muslim, Indian, Hungarian, Irish. I mean, it sounds like he's like second, third generation Angelino, like he's from LA. Anyway, it's just it's stupid. And then Cedillo's totally milking it. He says, oh, I know from personal experience how hateful remarks can hurt. That's why I would like Mr. Bray-Ali to explain remarks he made on a YouTube video on March 9th, 2008. Okay, so look, this is what the guy said.
Dear Mexican, I'd like to know why all my neighbors think that the doorbell is their car horn. They wake up my baby.
You racist! And then watch, if you look, the Ask a Mexican guy's pretty funny.
Two can use props for easy sympathy points.
Look, I'll just show a little bit of it.
What do Mexicans have to do with abusive car horns? You have to realize a cardinal rule about Mexicans. They're loud. Very loud. Mexicans listen to loud music. Banda, conjunto norteño, molotov, the toots of a mariachi horn.
See,
Mexicans
if you know,
clothes,
you know.
Silver belt buckles, Stetsons, this flowery shirt that I'm wearing right now.
Right, so he basically says, look, Mexicans are loud and expressive, and they're and he goes on to say the color of their houses. Now, if you've been to the East LA or whatever, I mean, you see, like, there's houses like this bright ass fucking pink house and shit. I think it's kind of cool, but I mean, it's just, come on, it's ridiculous that they're roasting this guy's balls. That the Ask a Mexican guy's basically saying, hey, Mexicans have loud color houses. They have loud music. Yeah, he's making a joke, and I don't know that this guy, when he was talking, he didn't seem very hateful in his remarks. His wife's obviously part Mexican, too. I mean, he already knows the culture. He's just asking, right? So it just comes down to the point of, are you able to make so all he did was make an observation. He said, hey, my neighbors are loud. He didn't even make a racist comment. That's not racist to say all of my neighbors are loud. He didn't say all Mexicans. All my neighbors are loud. So he's just probably surrounded by some assholes. We all have shitty neighbors, don't we? Now, I looked in the comments, and I like this last one. Orange County dude. What? Sounds like Joey Bray-Ali forgot to remove that video off YouTube before entering the city council race. His excuse that George Lopez told the same joke about car horns is lame, which I disagree with. According to unwritten rules about racist jokes, it's okay for Hispanics to tell racist jokes about Hispanics. It's okay for Asians to tell racist jokes about Asians, and so on. Why do you suppose there is never any controversy when African Americans call each other the N-word? I will agree to go back to Income stupid. Okay, but he makes the valid point is that you can only make fun of your own race. You know what? I challenge everybody to go take one of those damn DNA tests, and you'll find out that you're probably a huge mutt. So it's just stupid, and that's what they use to divide us is race, when it's really, like a class war and all, and way beyond race. They try to they will not divide us. Now, look at this. So then, how racist is Reuters? Confused by your neighbors? Then ask a Mexican. Right? They even use Mr. Ali's actual question. Why do Mexicans use car horns as a doorbell? Why is Mexican television so obsessed with drawers and transvestites? Oh, shit. Why do they park their cars on the front lawn? I've done that. I'm guilty of a lot of this shit. Oh, do Mexican children get tamales at Christmas so they have something to unwrap? Yes, it's fun unwrapping tamales. I love. You know how stupid I was when I was younger. I'll never forget. I asked my buddy. I said, "Hey man, what kind of tamales are you guys having for Christmas? You guys having what do you guys eat? Like beef or pork?" And he's like, "What are you talking about, dude? I don't eat tamales for Christmas." I just thought everybody ate tamales for Christmas. Anyway, what is it about the word illegal that Mexicans don't understand? The chances are that you will know the answers to some of these questions if you live in the United States. I'm sorry. And read the wickedly funny. See? Wickedly funny. So, Reuters, you're racist. So they're saying it's funny. It's funny. It's funny. So I didn't know it's actually across the country. That's see how ignorant I am living in LA. I thought it was just an LA thing. That's great. I'm glad the rest of the country gets to understand the weird quirks that some people do within some of the culture. The brainchild of Mexican-American reporter Gustavo Arellano, and his editor at the OC Weekly in Orange County, Southern California. The columns started out as a prank in 2004. Wow. Yeah, I think I remember seeing that back then. It's a long time ago. So, since then, it has become a sleeper hit read by more than 1 million people from California to New York each week. Wow, that's good. Blah, blah, blah. So, the problem again is a question answered made by asking Mexicans to call white people gringos. The answer, Mexicans do not call gringos gringos. Only gringos call gringos gringos. Mexicans call gringos gabachos, showing white people don't even know the common Mexican slang term for themselves. Well, you know what? I'm going to have a personal story to tell. I've been called a gringo in Mexico by real Mexicans. Yes, Mexicans from Mexico. I'll never forget it. I was actually at the park watching the kids play baseball, visiting my grandparents in Mexico. And I thought it was, I didn't think I was bothering anybody. And I'm just minding my own business, and some kids start calling me like a pinche gringo and all this shit. So, ask a Mexican. You fail right there on that one. Anyway, that's not true. Mexicans will call you a gringo. It started off as a joke. It was supposed to be just a satirical take on xenophobia against Mexicans, and it just exploded. We all know people would be outraged whenever you talk about immigration in the media. There's always a response. We didn't expect was for people to send in questions. Yes, because they're playing with it, dude. They're playing with you, and probably a lot of those questions probably aren't even from real people. It's from your editors or something. But I'm sure there's just with enough people around there. I'm sure there really was real people really did ask questions. But anyway, it goes into playing a stereotype. Here, the weekly exchange is accompanied by an illustration of a fat, leering Mexican with a sombrero, stubble, and mustache that plays into stereotype. The questions some addressing Mexicans as greasers, beaners, pull no punches, and are met with equally arched slapdowns meant to sneak in unexpected cultural rapprochement with humor. So, what he does is he goes in there and then he kind of talks shits about, why do white people ride bikes and they don't go anywhere? Ask Mexican, why do Mexicans always ride their bikes to work? And then he'll go, I don't know, why do white people, ride a stationary bike and go nowhere? At least they're fucking going to work or something. But the point is, oh wow, let's ask a Korean. It's when is it like? Why is it not okay? Like, why can't we just all make fun of each other and understand that we're all a little bit different, and when we segregate ourselves into communities, that especially groups get comfortable with each other, and you get groups, and that's when these stereotypes can really come out, I think, instead of people integrating, which I don't know where actually he grew up, and just becoming Americans and just doing American shit. And I know we have all our culture and stuff, but I don't know. And then why can't we just make fun of each other? What's wrong with that? As long as it's not hateful and hurtful, I like making fun of everybody. So if you want to call me a racist, then fine. You call me whatever you want. I'm gonna make fun of everybody, and I'm gonna continue to make fun of everybody because you know why? It's funny. It's funny to make fun of people, and not in a hurtful way. It's not funny. Let me rephrase it. It's not funny to make fun of people. Comedy exists because it makes us feel good, and we laugh because there's truth to the comedy. There's truth to it, and it doesn't mean that it's racist to laugh at cultural quirks, if you will. Believe me, I've lived in another country, and I got to see it from the other side, and then I got to see myself from their side, and then looking in the mirror in reverse and whatever. But this is like just ridiculous that this guy is getting roasted over this. It really is, and that he's apologizing. I mean, come on. It's not even now. It's not even enough. Like now they can't call him. Oh, well, you're racist because I don't know. I mean, it's kind of he's got he's a Mexican Chinese wife. All this. He's Indian. All this big. He's Jewish and Muslim. I mean, fuck, right? That's pretty hard to do, but he pulled it off, and somebody did, right? So it's just like me too. Like it's kind of hard for people to peg me too because I don't fit the typical stereotype. That's why I'm urban libertarian. I mean, I should be some crazy Antifa Democrat, Bernie Sanders, whatever, crazy liberal whack job, but I'm not. Especially growing up in this fucking crazy ass city. Anyway, let me know what you guys think. Is it okay? Do you have to be? Can an Indian Muslim Jewish person ask a question about his neighbors? Is it racist? And secondly, can an Indian Muslim Jewish guy married to a Mexican Chinese lady can he make a joke? Is it okay for him just to make a Mexican joke? Can he make a Jewish joke? Is that okay? He's Jewish. Okay, he's not Jewish. Can he make a Russian joke? Is that okay? Let me know what you guys think. Thanks for watching.